Hi guys, welcome to Charities Baba USA, your number one channel. I saw one of my one of my people made a comment there and said, "Charity, you are very loud, and we are able to hear you loud and clear." Yes, I like you guys to hear the information that I am giving you, because if you don't get it, then you don't get it. So if I talk louder, I want you to get it, guys, and I thank you for that compliment. Now, today is May 6th. But I don't want to dwell so much on checking or whatever, because I know everybody is eager to check for the DV lottery, like to check for the results, especially for those people who did the application. I know that. I know that. But I need you guys to hold on. Huh? I need you guys to hold on and think about this for a minute, because it's important for you to think about it for a minute. It's gonna be right now, it's 7:09 a.m. in the morning here in the US. So I believe it should be in the afternoon or sometime. And the DV lottery is gonna be open here in a few hours. It's gonna be at 12 a.m. in New York. Of course, I think it's gonna be like 1 a.m. here in Kansas. What I want to talk about, and I like talking about these every time that the DV lottery is just about to be checked. I like to talk about this, to talk to my people, because I really care about you guys, and I really care about what's going on, especially when we talk about this stuff about DV lottery. But before I start anything, remember the drill. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly consider subscribing. And My name is Charity Teganga. I like to say my name because there's so many new people, and I want to welcome the new people who have come to the channel. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for always supporting my YouTube channel. We recently reached 10,000 subscribers, and you guys are gonna help me reach 20,000. So for us to get there, you have to share my videos, you have with your friends, with your family members, and you have to tell them about DV lottery, because it's important. And like I tell you guys, I like to talk about DV lottery because that is something that I have done. That is what made me to come and live in the US. I know, and I thank you guys, because you've been very, very patient with me, especially during the period that I was in school. Um, Actually, I am next week is gonna be my last week. I do graduate in it's gonna be on February, and I'm gonna share a video here of my graduation. You guys are gonna watch it live. I'm gonna share it on my website because it's gonna be streamlined from my school. So I'm gonna share it on my website, and I'll let you know when it's on. So guys, let's talk about this DV lottery thing, because it's a big thing today. Today people are gonna check their results. Now, remember, I did my last video that I did. I was telling you the instructions, and I can go through those ones at the end of this video. But I want to talk to you, who is not going to be selected today, because let's face it, some of you are going to be selected, and some of you are not going to be selected. So we have to be true to ourselves. We have to have those expectations, because just Kenya alone, when the DV lottery was filled out, I was reading an article, and it was saying that more than 3 million Kenyans did apply for the DV lottery. Now that's Kenya alone. Now DV lottery is applied to the whole world. The whole world. Many people do apply for the DV lottery. So you have to know that. And another thing that you need to put in your mind is that it's a lottery, guys. It's a lottery, and a lottery, you might win or you might lose. And I'm going to give you a story that made a very big impact in our life when I was very little. I think I was like 7 years old, and I remember my mom always tells me this story. And she tells me that at one time, that there used to be like safari rally, that those people who use like drive cars very fast and all that. Like it was the in thing when I was younger. And she said that, my dad liked to gamble. He liked to gamble, like, go put your money somewhere and see if you're gonna win something, because at that time you would bet for someone, and then when you betted for someone, if they won the rally, then you would get the money. So I do remember that my dad, men sometimes they can be interesting. Let me use the word interesting. So he had 6,000 shillings in his account, and he decided that he was gonna multiply that money by betting on a person. So he betted on the person, and he didn't say anything. And then, so he was eagerly waiting for that money because he wanted to do a project with that money. But When the safari rally people went and it was finished, that person did not win the race. That rally, whatever, the car rally or whatever. So he never won. So my dad lost his 6,000 Kenya shillings, and that was a lot of money by that time. And it was bad because when he talked about it to my mom was upset and all that. And that's a story that I want to bring here this morning, that can be related to the DV lottery, because the DV lottery is a lot. It's something that you have applied, yes, and you've done all these goods and everything, but you don't have 100% chance of winning. So I want you to have that mindset when you're going to check for the DV lottery. I need you to have that, because if you don't have that, then you will go into depression. You will go into wondering, what did I do wrong or whatever. No, I want you to hold on. And when you're going to check for your results, guys, I need you to be neutral, whereby you are I can win this thing, or I am not going to win this thing. I need you to be like that. mm? Because I do not want you to check your DV lottery results and then you're depressed. Maybe you had put all your whole life there. No, I don't want you to do that. And that is why the DV lottery, it's fair. I would say that it's fair, because when you're applying the DV lottery, you are not required even to have a passport. Remember, the passport rule was thrown out. So you are not required. So you don't spend so much money mm, when you are doing the DV lottery. The only thing that you need to do is your photo, and you can take a if you, especially if even if you have a smartphone, if you follow the rules of the DV lottery photo, you can take a very good photo, as long as it has a background, a white background and everything, and you have followed their rules, and do a very good photo, as long as it's a 2x2. But you have not incurred any money to apply for the DV lottery. So I want you to have that in mind when you're going to check for your DV lottery. Because I get messages, guys, from people. They are like, oh, whatever. You see disappointment. You read those messages and you feel sad. I don't want you to feel sad, because and my story about the DV lottery was kind of interesting, because I never knew about the DV lottery, guys, and I like to talk about that with all honesty. And but I do remember, I always told my husband that my dream was to go and live in the US. And where I went to school, I went to Kamboi Girls High School. My friends, or the people that I went to school with, a large number of them were abroad. And I always asked myself, why me? Why didn't I ever get a chance to go abroad? I always asked myself that. But I always had this dream. Like, for some reason, I always told my husband that one day I know that I am going to go and live in the US. And then my husband would call me a dreamer, like, you're dreaming. But I do remember when the DV lottery came in and we applied, we didn't even apply for ourselves. It was my friend. She had a cyber next to me, and she was like, Charity, there's this thing, DV lottery. When someone has a cyber and they have all those businesses, they fill out for people for the DV lottery and all that stuff. And then she was like, you can try, and you see if you can win. And at first I was kind of adamant, but then I was like, okay, it's not going to cost me much. So I paid her a little fee, and then she did it for me. And I do remember struggling to get my husband's passport photo. That time they were not very strict about the photo, so we just I do remember I looked and looked until I found a little photo. It was very hard at that time. It was I would say it was 9 years ago. That's times have changed. 9 years ago, it's a long time, even post COVID and all that. And we did apply for a DV lottery. And when I was going to check, this is the interesting thing, is that when I was going to check, I had now my initially, when I was going to check, I do remember I had lost my confirmation number, and like, I didn't know where it was. But then we ended up finding my confirmation number. For my husband, wasn't lost, because we made two entries, whereby he made his entry and I made my entry. So that lady was smart enough. She was like, you guys can make two entries. And she did everything. Actually, we had no clue what she was doing. We just paid her the fee for the cyber, and that was it. So when we were going to check, so I had my two confirmation numbers. I found a way to find the confirmation number online. And then we went to check. And I do remember there was this guy who was a frequent visitor of that cyber. He was a pastor. And he just sat there, and then he liked to joke a lot. Like, he really liked to joke. And then he would be like, so I went to check, and then I'm here with my friend Kathy, and then he's like, you guys dream. Like how do you think that you can go to the US? You don't just go like that. And then I told him, you never know, I'm just gonna check. And then I checked for my husband's name and he hadn't been selected. And then the guy is like, you see, I told you nothing. That now DV lottery is nothing, like it's not true. But then I went to check mine, and it just, the first letter was like, you have been selected. And then I told her, ha. This is fake. And then, like, that guy was just shocked. He was like, oh my God, this thing is real. So why I'm giving this story this morning is for you to know that you cannot put all your eggs in one basket. So today, if you go to check your DV lottery and you find that you have not been selected, it's okay. It's fine. It's okay. You will be all right. You will be fine. Just move on and continue with your life. Of course, keep that confirmation letter for up to maybe September 30th. But I need you guys to move on. I need you guys to move on. And that's what I've come to tell you this morning. I need you to move on and go on with your life and wait for another DV lottery. You do not want to be stuck. You do not want to be stuck. Remember, I always say that there are so many other ways that you can go. You can come to the US, you can apply for school. Like now, schools are closing and schools are going to open in fall. So we have 3 months of summer that's going to be holiday. And then from the 20th, 24th, the schools are going to close for a holiday of 3 months. Our summer holiday normally goes for 3 months. And then schools are going to reopen officially. Our year to open school is in August, towards mid-August. No, towards late August. I would say late August because it starts maybe from the August 18, August 19, 20, depending on the kind of school. So you can apply. You can apply for anything, and you want to come and study abroad. You can do that and come here with a student visa. You can be invited by someone. So there are so many ways that you can come, guys. So do not lose hope. I do not want you to lose hope, especially at this time. I know there are some people who are going to reach out to me. They have been selected. That's okay. But if you have not been selected, I'm talking to someone who is not going to be selected today for the DV lottery. Guys, it's going to be fine. It's going to be okay. I know all this anxiety, all this waiting, I can imagine. But and I just, that's why I told you my story, is that for me it was I call it a mystery. And I normally say is that when God wants to bless you, no matter what, God is gonna bless you. If something is for you, you're gonna get it. But if you're not meant to get it, you are not gonna get it. You have to know that, guys. I need you to know that in your mind, at the back of your mind, if you watch this channel, and know that it's gonna be okay even if you're not selected today for the DV lottery. You don't have to be disappointed. You don't have to say that it's not true. DV lottery is true. It's changed lives, guys. Mm? It's changed lives. I'm trying, when I'm done with school, I'm gonna write a story about my life. I'm gonna write a story about my life, like hoping to inspire people about hope, because my life is full of hope. And there was one time that I was at the lowest in my life, and I always asked God, like, why did my life turn out to be like this? And I do remember being challenged by a person that I was going to school with in primary school, that person found me at my lowest, at my lowest point, and in a very bad situation. And I do remember the words that person said. She said that she can't imagine that the girl who was top on the class is the one who is on the other side of being down and being low, and she's on the other side, like looking good and everything. I do remember, and I want to write a memoir, a story about myself, and just to inspire someone out there, because it doesn't matter, guys. But what I want to tell you is to give you hope, and to tell you not to get discouraged when you check your results, your DV lottery results. Please do not get discouraged. I need you to be fine. You have to be fine for this. So now, for now, I want to go ahead and, as I finish, share the website once more, so that the people who did not watch the other video, to be able to go back and it's all right, darling. Just Mom, the zombies are fine. The what? They're fine. What is fine?
The zombies are fine.
What zombies?
I'm here.
No, there's no zombie, Tutu.
But there's no zombie.
No, there isn't, Tutu.
The zombie's gone.
No, there isn't, darling. Okay. Go to Christine. I'm gonna finish my video.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had to pause a little bit because my daughter woke up and she was and she wanted to talk. So I had to pause a little bit, guys. So now I'm gonna share the website here because I feel like it's still important for me to share it so that you guys can go there and check for your DV lottery results. But go there with um, go there with a different mindset whereby you know that you can be selected or you cannot be selected. So this is the website that you're gonna go to, and you can even type DV lottery 2024. You can type that and come on, and then you enter. Come on, and then you're gonna go to electronic diversity visa program. Now, so you can check your status, 2024 entrance status check. This is where you're gonna go and look at the time or the day that is gonna start is May 6, 2023, starting at noon. So you're gonna click on here to check your status, and then you're gonna continue, and then you're gonna check your status. But it's not opened yet, guys. It's gonna open here in a few hours. You're gonna put your information there, and you're gonna check. If you have been selected, that's okay. If you have not been selected, that's okay. If you forgot your confirmation number, remember you can enter. It's gonna be 2024. After a few hours, 2024 is gonna show up here. You're gonna put your name, and then your last name, your first name, and your middle name. You're gonna put your date of birth, and you're gonna put your email address, and then you type the characters down there, and you will be able to retrieve your information. So very, very, very important, guys. I don't want you to forget. I do not want you to forget. But at the end of the day, my basis for this video was to tell you that even if you're not selected, it is not the end of life. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be okay. And I need you guys to look forward to other videos. It's gonna be better because I'm finishing school. I'm so excited, guys. I'm so excited. I don't know what I can say, but it takes the hand of God. As you guys know, I'm a mom and I'm a wife. And when you are a parent, it's a little bit challenging, but you just have to aim at something, and it can be done. And soon I'm gonna see the fruits of what I have been doing. And I also thank you guys for praying for me and also for being patient, because there were times that I didn't post videos for weeks because I was so stressed. I was studying for all this stuff, but I made it, guys. So I'll see you in another video. Thank you, and God bless you.